What's up guys, Cardfight is here, and today I'm doing a deck profile on the brand new Gurguit deck from GBT-10. So this is the brand new Go Paladin deck that you guys have been waiting for. So fortunately, earlier in the day, I actually managed to pull my Gurguit stuff, and I went down to locals and quickly got my deck together. So after playtesting this deck, I am really happy with the results, because right now, the brand new strike actually fixed some problems that Gurguit had in the past. Namely, first up, if you didn't have a G Guardian, you won't be able to go second turn Raining Glare. Yeah, basic Gold Dragon. Yeah, I forgot his name. It's basically just a Gold Dragon. Basically, in order to activate Gold Dragons effectively, you want to have like 2 cards in the G zone face up before you activate him. So basically, he's pretty much a bit of GBT-02. I mean GBT-2. So you're able to counter charge 1 and soul charge 1 because you caught 3 units. So right now, your first strike will be Gurguit, which allows you to superior call more units while powering up your field, fixing magic numbers. Pretty damn amazing. So this deck also has a lot of new cards, which allows Gurguit to gain even more power and speed. So let me get on the deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoy. So first up, we play 4 copies of the brand new Gurguit from GBT-10. It's a triple rare. So if you guys are looking for Gurgits, definitely get your start deck and get some booster packs, because this is the brand new Gurguit you guys will be using. So his GBT-2 skill is Unite. So how do you use Unite as a Gurguit? Basically, his skill allows you to intercept with all units on your field gains intercept, and all units at the back row gains intercept, and it is able to intercept from the back. I'm sorry, because this is one of the first card in the game which allows it to intercept in the back. So it's really good, because in order to perform Unite, you will have to get 2 cards onto your Guardian Circle or a Rearguard. So the only way you could do that is by guarding early. So you could guard with your 10k shields and stuff. Once you get 2 cards onto your Guardian Circle, you can activate his Unite skill, which allows you to intercept from the back row. This is very, very good, because sometimes, if you're unlucky like me, you are always going to call Perfect Guards onto your Rearguard Circle. So this is amazing, because you are able to use your Perfect Guard from your Rearguard Circle to perform a Perfect Guard. So that's a pretty dang amazing skill. Now, even though we lose its Con Blast 1, Soul Blast 1 to check top 4 for 1 guard, you're still having a good skill, which is also amazing, because it helps you clear up your Rearguard circles so that you are able to call more stuff during your next turn. So overall, a really, really good card. Second skill is Vanguard. While it's written as a Vanguard and you perform a strike, you can pay the cost of Con Blast and Soul Blast 1. If you do, check the top 4 cards of the deck and superior call one of them. And if that superior call card has a Unite skill, you can check the top card of the deck and super call that card into rest. So it's very good, because it gives you additional plus. And this deck plays a lot of Unite, so chances of calling a Unite is pretty damn high. So you're basically paying Con Blast on Soul Blast on to call 2 units. And the only problem is the unit will be at rest. But it's good, because sometimes some cards being at rest is not too bad, such as the Lion, because Lion is you still can go to Soul and power your Vanguard, so it's still a very good skill. But we are losing the plus 2k power, which I don't mind, because this deck has too much power gains anyway. So this is going to be our Vanguard you want to write right now. But either way, you could actually play. Writing the O1 is also not that bad. Okay, the O Gurguit needs no introduction, but he is still very important in the deck, because if you were to write him, it isn't bad at all, because he also has an amazing skill, GBT-2. When during attack, you may count. If your opponent attacks you, you can pay a cost of 1 Con Blast, 1 Soul Blast. If you do, check the top 4 cards of the deck and choose one of the cards among them and call them to Guardian Circle to guard for you. So if sometimes your opponent's Vanguard is attacking you with their strike, and you don't have a Perfect Guard, oh shit, it might as well just use the skill first. If you check a Perfect Guard, you can immediately use the Perfect Guard from the top 4 cards. Amazing skill. This is a lifesaver skill. I actually use this skill a lot, and it saves my life. So very powerful skill, but please note you can only activate during GB2. Alright, his second skill is Strike Break skill. Whenever you perform strike, you may pick a cost of Counter Blast 1. If you do, check top 4 cards of the deck and superior call one of those cards, and that unit gives us 2k power. So just like that, at the cost of Counter Blast, every time you strike, you can get a free +1, plus 2k to fix magic numbers in case you call stuff like triggers. Yep. So 4 copies. That is our grade 3 lineup. Let's go on to our grade 2s. So our grade 2 is the brand new card from the booster set GBT-10. So he's a new double R from the deck, from the set. I'm so sorry. So his skill is Unite. He gets us 4k power, so it makes him a very nice 13k beat stick. So you put behind something with 7k, and with the power gain skill on the field, you're easily gonna get for 15k guard. So his second skill is when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle from your hand or from your deck, you may pay the cost of discarding one card from your hand. If you do, check the top 3 cards of the deck and superior call one of them onto your rearguard circle. Well, this card is very interesting because you have to discard cards to superior call more stuff. But in this deck, we are more worried about counterblast, and he also has the unite skill, and I'm trying to maximize unites, so I'm using him right now. And dropping one card hand card is not too bad because if you can drop dead cards from your hand to superior call more stuff to the field, which triggers your unite. Very interesting because he doesn't have a unite skill, so his unite also need to gain power. So 4 copies to maximize that unite power. 4 copies of Bugao is the Bulldog unit. When it's in unite and when this unit attacks the Vanguard, it gains its 5k power. Very powerful powerhouse. 4 copies. 2 copies of Perrymore. Perrymore is a triple R from GBT-10. Unite, it gains its 2k power, and when this unit enters the rearguard circle, you can pay a cost of 1 counterblast. If you do, check the top 3 cards of the deck and super call one of them, but only to the back, to its same column. So you can only call it someone behind him or in front of him. Yep. Pretty good card because it's a counterblast 1 to super call 1. But the only problem is you can't call to other rearguard circle, so it's good early game so that you can fill up your field and set up your field fast. 1 copy of the rare card from GBT-08. Counterblaster Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on a rearguard circle, you may pay, and you have a Gurguit Vanguard. No, you don't need a Gurguit. Yeah. You do not need a Gurguit Vanguard, by the way. When this unit is placed on a rearguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, check top 3 cards of the deck, super call one of them. And if you have a Gurguit Vanguard, then this unit get that super call unit gives 3k power. Yeah. You are able to use this in a non-Gurguit deck as well. But if you get the Gurguit, if you have a Gurguit Vanguard, it gets a 3k power and that card get 3k power. So it's very powerful. So let's go on to Great Ones. The Great Ones, we have a brand new Perfect Guard. Amazing. She looks sweet. And she's basically what you call it. You know the child that Perfect Guard, the witch girl. Basically you can replace her already because this is the witch girl, because you are able to Perfect Guard from your top of the deck or from your rearguard circle. So it's amazing because if you're using a G Unfavored Perfect Guard, you're unable to guard from the deck. So using her is much better. So basically she is your standard Perfect Guard, your original Perfect Guard, and her skill Unite. When this unit is in Unite and placed in Guardian Circle, you can select one card if you get this 15k shield. Okay, this card, right, is used against you guys. I might have to read up more on this card. This card is, give me a sec. You pay the cost of 1. A card gain plus 15k shield. Yep. So you Perfect Guard for that, you gain plus 15k shield. I don't understand, but so basically, I'll place an annotation on the skill because this card I haven't really used the second skill much. The only time you use the second skill is when you fight against brawlers. It's great against brawlers because you can guard for another rear guard. It's quite confusing, but I'll place an annotation to explain more, and my Cardfight video will probably explain more as well. So yeah, 4 copies of him. So basically, he is our P of the deck. Whenever it's Unite skill, whenever a card is called to the rearguard circle, select a card in the front row, and this unit and that unit gets 2k power. So whenever you call cards onto your field, your front row and him gain plus 2k power. So if you use cards like Reigning Glorious, you're able to stack up a lot of power. So it's a very, very powerful card in Go Paladins. So we'll play 4 copies. 4 copies of Strike Helpers because it's a strike deck, and you can place, when this guy is placed on the rearguard circle, you can, from the hand, you can reveal a grid tree in your hand and search out for one of these Gurgits and add it into your hand and discard 1 card. And 2 copies of this card. Basically, he goes into the soul. At the end of turn, Unite. At the end of the battle that this card attacks, he can go into soul. If you do, you can draw 1 card. Very good because you can clear up space for next turn so that you can super call more stuff. And he gives you a free card as well and helps pump up your soul because this deck eats a bit of soul. So this is starter here. Alright, so let us go on to triggers. Triggers, we play 8 crits. Lion crits. Basically, when a Gurguit Vanguard attacks, you can go this card can go from the rearguard to the soul. If you do, you can draw 1 card and gain plus 5k power. Flame of Victory, basically from the field into the soul. Field activate. Once on the field, you can put in soul and select one unit, get the 3k power. Margot. And this is the Unite stand trigger. When you are in Unite, he gains a 3k power, and at the end of the battle, you can place this guy in the soul and counter charge 1. So you can pump your soul and counter charge. so that you can do more stuff. Because every counter blast in this deck gives you a +1, so it's very important to keep your counter blast ready for action. And 4 copies of heal trigger, because heal triggers are very important to this meta. And finally, the starter we have here is Coel. Activate Unite, so you can only use his skill when he's in Unite. You can place this guy into the soul and check the top 3 cards of the deck, super call on them into your Rearguard circle, and he gains its 2k power, then shuffle your deck. So it's really good because it helps you power up your... It helps you search for more stuff. It basically replaces itself. And with cards like Scourge Point Dragon, the new card super call gains 5k power as well, so super good. So let's go on to our strides. So first up, our brand new stride. The brand new stride is the Gurguit G4. So this guy is really interesting because he doesn't have a GB2 skill, so you could use it in your... it's best used as the first stride. Activate once per turn, Counter Blast 1 and flip a copy of yourself face up. If you do, this unit gains a skill. When this unit attacks the... so it Counter Blast 1 and then you must discard 1 card from your hand. Yes. Then his skill is, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, you can check the top 7 cards of the deck and superior call 1 of those cards onto your Rearguard circle. So in a way, this card actually reminds me of Transcending the Heaven Outmount, because when this card attacks, you basically get superior call units so they can do additional attacks. So yeah, check top 7, superior call out of them. Second skill, he gains permanent continuous skill when for each G zone face up Gurguit units. So your Gurguit units is gonna be the GBT-10 Gurguit and this unit Gurguit. For each face up Gurguit in your G zone, all units on the field gains 2k power. Yeah, so very good because at first strike it helps you fix a magic number. If you're showing first, you're probably gonna gain your whole field plus 2k. And if you go for a second time, your whole field is gonna get 6k power. That's amazing. And you do additional attacks as well. So it's very good. The main reason why I find him very good is because he helps you trigger your first turn G-Zone face up, so that next turn you can immediately go for Raining Glorious Raining, so that you can counter charge and do multiple attacks, and you can super call 3. So, and this guy's a great feature because you can just power the field for huge numbers. So I think it's very very good. For Raining Glorious is still an amazing card in my opinion because at a cheap cost of 1 counter blast, when this unit attacks, you are able to superior call, check the top 7 cards of the deck, and for each face up G zone face up, you are able to select one of those cards and call it the Rearguard circle. So imagine this: first turn you have 2 face up ready. So next turn you attack. When you call it, you will have 3 because when you attack, you have to flip a copy of yourself face up. So you have 3 cards. So you can superior call 3 cards out of the 7, which allows you to do a lot of multiple attacks. And imagine you have cards like this on the field. You call 3 cards, the used unit and that unit gains a 6k because 2k for each time. So 3 cards have been caught, 6k. That's huge numbers. So overall amazing skill. And if you call 3 units by his skill, you can counter charge 1, soul charge 1. This is why you wanna like go for Gurguit first turn, so that if you really fail to go with Gurguit first turn, you can, and you went for a Scourge Point, you could, if you have a G Guardian, you can use a G Guardian to turn one face up, so that next turn you can go for him for that free counter charge, soul charge. Very powerful skill, basically a Night Rose for Grand Blue. Yep. 2 copies of Gurguit GB7, Sunshine Gurguit. So his skill is activate Unite. Pay the cost of 1 counter blast and Soul Blast 2. All units on the field games, all Rearguards on the field games 5k power, and this unit for each 5 cards. Sorry, this unit gives us 5k power for each card on your field, and select 5 units gives us 5k power. So your whole field gives us 5k, and he gains for each unit. So you have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25k power with him. So this is gonna be a very huge Vanguard. Usually you could use his skill multiple times. So if your opponent has 5 damage and you have a lot of unflipped counter blast, you can counter blast all of them. So blast like 6 or 8 if you can. You could swing for like 100k guard, and all your Rearguards gonna be like 50k or 60k guards. At least 50k, yeah. So that's pretty damn amazing. Very powerful finisher card. So you have 2 just in case you need to finish off your opponent for the second time. So 1 of each, 1 Scourge Point just in case you don't. If you have a G Guardian ready, you could actually don't go for Gurguit, but go for Scourge Point. Scourge Point is a very good card. Whenever a card superior card for on the deck to the Rearguard circle, that unit gains us 5k power, and this unit gains us 5k power. So if you are able to go for Scourge Point for your first strike, is also pretty good because you are able to dish out a huge swing for huge numbers because you super caught a lot in this deck. One copy of Sabreeze just in case you fight against Great Lock decks. Right, for G Guardians we play 3 copies of the standard Go Paladin G Guardian. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle and you have 2 or more units, he gains a 5k shield, so an easy 20k shield. And 1 Slimy, Golden Slimy. So basically her skill is when this unit is placed on a Guardian Circle, you can pay the cost of sending 1 rearguard from your field onto the bottom, turn it to the bottom of the deck. If you do, check the top 5 cards of the deck and choose 2 of the units of different grades and call into Guardian Circle. So this card is also very good because sometimes you can actually call perfect guards onto your field. I mean, like you G guard, then if you check review top 5, if you have a perfect guard among them, you can call her and guard it for you. Perfect guard. That easy. And he also has 15k shield. Just in case you don't check perfect guard, you can always call grade 0s and grade 1s to guard. So easily 25k shield. Then you get like grade 1s, 30k shield. It's amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my friend. Oh wait, this is my very own deck profile. Sorry, I'm using too much friend deck profile. And this is my very own deck profile of the Gurguit deck from GBT-10. Be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe for my channel for more awesome deck profiles from GBT-10 because the new sets are here. I'm gonna do more deck profiles. So if you want to be the first to get more information on these decks, be sure to click on the bell button on the subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out and love you guys. Rawr.